Kelly, great to see you.
What do you think is the correct narrative about China's reopening? And it does come at an interesting time as the U.S. is losing momentum.
Well, for any economy, a reopening after a lockdown or a quasi-lockdown is a positive for growth. But I think, we have to be careful in using the U.S. Post-lockdown experience as a template for what could happen for the Chinese consumer, as your headlines just showed. I mean, Chinese consumption is less than 40% of its GDP. In the U.S., the number is closer to 70. Chinese consumers didn't get stimulus checks like we did in the U.S., and their biggest asset is the home, where there's significant downward pressure on housing prices, and that was not a factor in the post-lockdown snapback of the U.S. So sure, the economy is going to come back as they move out of this post-zero COVID policy, which was absurd from the get-go. But it's probably going to be a more limited snapback than they and the markets seem to believe right now.
Is it a help or a hindrance for the U.S. economy? Because even for businesses, and we're already hearing investors looking for companies whose China exposure can offset their U.S. weakness, but the probably overarching concern is about profit margins. And explain how you think this kind of reopening will cause maybe near-term inflation, longer-term deflation. What is the dynamic exactly that we should expect?
Well, again, there's going to be a lot of short-term volatility, and I think the conclusion is going to be that the China snapback is going to be positive for global growth when other economies are going the other way, and that will cushion what might otherwise be a global recession. I think that's a reasonable conclusion to draw on a very, very short-term basis. But I think the bigger story is what happens after the snapback. And the Chinese long-term growth outlook is much, much weaker than long-term China optimists like myself. I've been bullish on China for 25 years. It's much weaker now going forward than we had thought because of the demographic issues and because of a lot of factors that are holding back Chinese productivity growth. So the best way to look at this is the 5-year growth rate, which looks through the volatility. At the end of this year is going to be a number probably below 5%. And that same 5-year growth rate peaked at nearly 12%.
Wow.
In the depths of the financial crisis. So don't count on China to be the savior of the global economy like it was in the aftermath of the global financial crisis.
And I apologize if I missed this, but have you turned into more of a bear on China then?
I am definitely more concerned about China than I've ever been in the 25 years that I have been following China. And for most of that period, I've been a screaming bull on China. But the current leadership under Xi Jinping has moved the needle on reforms and with impacts on productivity that I think are very, very worrisome. And the deepening Chinese conflict, which I've just written a new book about, is causing further problems for China on the technology front that are likely to be long lasting. So, yeah, I'm much more concerned about China than I have ever been.
What if they sort of resort to any possible last measures here, as I expect the chairman to do, right? I mean, he still has to have a growing economy in order to fund the military and all the rest of it. So what other options and levers does he have?
Well, that's the beauty of a state-directed system. He's got plenty of levers of state control that he can pull, that he's pulling right now with respect to investment spending and reversing course in some of the restrictive moves he's made in the property sector, and the biggest short-term one is the one we've discussed, abandoning this zero COVID policy. So the state has lots of levers to pull, but the state ultimately can't unwind the demographic pressures, which are very real. I mean, the working age population has been shrinking since 2015. And the state is complicating the productivity offset that would normally be helpful in reversing the demographic pressure.